fantasy book
All
club.
right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Can't be
if
fucking
you're
bothered for normal
We're discussing
books.
a new thing right
I'd
now.
take part in a Harry Potter book club.
I would. I would, but
Also,
like,
that's a very
limiting your
limited
horizons.
run.
But it's like, don't throw me at some chicklet because I'll just
Some chiclet?
chicklet.
She really hates Mexico. She told me she hates chiclets.
Just the entire
Sorry,
country?
Marielle. Oh wait, is she at lunch?
She's not even
Shit.
here. All right,
That was
game
wasted.
club.
Welcome to Game Club.
It may be book club someday.
Apparently. This is where we play a game. Now we've made it monthly so we can really deep dive. And we really chose a great game
Oh,
for
yeah.
our
This was a
first
good one to start off with.
very deep dive.
Plumb the depths.
Zoombinis.
Yeah.
We're playing to scale for sure on this one.
Yeah. There's so much to
Zoombinis.
talk about here.
The game, I got into it, started playing it, finished it in an hour.
Yeah.
So
it's
what's the
very
name
short.
of the game to start with? Is it Zoombinis
So
or is it...
here's the. Did you look up what the PR people
I did.
called it? Okay.
I did. I have.
So there's a problem with this game in that on Steam it's just called Zoombinis.
Right.
You go to the store, you type in Zoombinis, that's what you get. But if you were trying to look anything up, like what the fuck is this puzzle even supposed to be? It's either under Zoombinis: The Logical Adventure / Journey, can't remember which one, or
think it's
The
Journey.
Logical Journey of the Zoombinis.
Well, I think
Zoombinis
that was
Logical Journey.
yes.
There we
I
go, okay.
believe that was, and this is my speculation, having not had my phone, but I believe that was the name when it came out originally, and then everybody colloquially remembers it only as Zoombinis. So when they did the HD re-release, that is a full play on your nostalgia, which I completely and totally fell for, and I'm happy I did. They just called it Zoombinis because that's what everybody else
Way
calls
to
it.
cave to social pressure.
Absolutely. Who gives a shit? Oh, we're gonna stick to the logical journey of Zoombinis, or you're just gonna call it what
That's
everybody
a-
actually calls it?
That's a great name.
Zoombinis.
That's the
Great
name
name,
with
too.
gravitas.
Zoombinis
The
is a
logical
name-
journey.
Oh,
of
shut up.
It's like if they
Zoombinis
called
is
the
a good name,
Lord of the
too.
Rings, the ring thing.
That's not
ring thing?
true.
The ring thing.
Or Hobbits 3, 4, and 5.
Well, the
Get him out of
why?
here. Just
Oh,
go.
you're just calling it the Hobbit. You're not
Just
calling
go.
it the magical extended journey of the Hobbit. Oh, that has gravitas. So
No, it's
anyway,
just called The
Zoombinis.
Hobbit. That's the name of the
exactly.
book.
I'm just saying that's what it's just like Zoombinis. The Zoombinis.
I'm arguing that I'm glad they called it the Lord of the Rings instead of just like,
Right, but let's talk about the Hobbit because that's my example.
it's called The Hobbit. That's
Right.
the name of the book.
I'm just saying, if you're shitting on Zoombinis for being called Zoombinis, not the logical journey of Zoombinis, you should shit on the Hobbit too because it's
Why?
not called like the magical, amazing journey
That's
of the
the
Hobbit.
name of the book is The Hobbit.
Oh my god!
Wouldn't it be the
You
Lord
just
of the-
refuse to see logic.
Wouldn't it be the Lord of the Rings the prequel?
I don't think it existed as a prequel, did it?
It came. Well, it was written afterwards, I believe.
Is
Yes?
that true?
No, maybe not.
Welcome to book club.
Okay, you know what?
talk about
Zoombinis.
I feel like we've lost the thread. Let's
Yeah.
go back to Zoombinis. So
Let's circle up the
it's a
wagons.
puzzle game. It's I'd classify it as edutainment.
Yeah.
Because it's a game you played it first when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, I played it in 5th grade. That was like, oh, computer time.
The game that teaches you to discriminate.
It does. It's a game of discrimination.
Well, the world's discriminatory.
Yes,
the
the world
Zoombinis
is.
hold no discrimination in
No,
their
the
hearts.
Zoombinis
Except
cheer
for the blorps or
for
whatever they are.
one another's. The blorps are assholes, whatever
Yeah.
they are. But the Zoombinis themselves hold no discrimination. They're just trying to get to Zootopia. What the hell's their name?
Apparently, they'll basically have sex with any appliance based on the leg situation we got going there.
The land they're trying to get to is like I can't remember the name. I think it's like Zootopia, but it's like their happy paradise. And the only thing about this game I don't like is you get there and it's like, great, do it again.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you got a windmill. Should send some more Zoombinis. I bet they can make some other cool shit.
Yeah.
And but
Well,
how
you
many
did
times?
get 'em all out of
how many
bondage.
times do you really want to play through this game? Are you going to learn that much more about all the
It's
puzzles?
true.
Well, they
playing
get
through it
harder.
5 fucking times. They do get harder, but
They get more discriminatory, basically.
yes.
They amp up the discrimination.
Yeah, I will say the standout hit in this game, we'll talk about everybody's favorite puzzles, so think about it. The standout hit of this game is the pizza game. Hands down.
You like the pizza game the
Come
best?
at me if you don't think pizza game's the best game.
Don't think it's the best game.
Interesting.
I enjoyed it. I thought the pizza was totally fun. I ended up clicking around a little bit and go, yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Pizza game's the best game.
was-
That was
it
the
was
one
fun.
everybody. Let me tell you about the 5th grade class gossip. Pizza game, best game.
Pizza
I mean,
was-
I remember that reminded me a lot of like that old peg game where it's like one person would create a secret order of pegs. It was like blue, green, red,
Oh, you're
red.
talking about like password or code or something,
Something like
that.
there's
Yeah.
several variations of it. I mean, when I was a kid, it was just pegs on a board.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
then
you had rocks and stones.
basically,
and twigs.
yeah. We played with birds and whatnot. And then you put a guess out, and they had to say like 2 of them are right. Or, you know, that. So the pizza game is basically a variation on that.
Yeah, it is.
The one I hated was the reflection game.
That one actually took me a really long time to figure out what it was exactly that I was supposed to be doing. I was thrown off initially because you have the Zombini and you put it down and it makes a reflection and you're supposed to match it up. Well, what I saw looking at it was I didn't realize there was an exact match of only one of the Zoombinis on the other side. I thought that you were supposed to try a couple of your Zoombinis and use the second one that was behind them.
Oh, for the second platform.
Yeah, so to maybe, maybe you're making the Zombini with, it's got the little fan leg thing or whatever, but it's got a ponytail, and yours doesn't have a ponytail, so you put someone with a ponytail behind them so that the reflection looks the same.
Right. Yeah,
and would get someone through.
Well, the
so
basic
it took me
level
ages figuring out that all you had to do was go through the options in the crystals on the right and find one that matched one of your Zoombinis.
Yeah.
So it ended up being a really simple and kind of a tedious puzzle, but at
Very
first I was
tedious.
really frustrated until I figured out that that's what it was. I was like, why can't I put anything on the second platform?
Well, as it gets harder, no, they start to morph the images. Like you put in a ponytail and out comes a buzz cut or whatever. So it does
but then
actually.
it's just trial and error.
Yeah, sort of. Well, you have to you have to draw the conclusion of, okay, the input versus the output. But yeah, no, that one was really tedious. And it was one of the ones that you had to sit there and watch the animation every time.
Yeah.
Which started to bug me upon repetition.
Oh, interesting.
Because it was a little bit slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like any of the puzzles. Well, most puzzles where you screw up, like the one with all the caves. If the cave didn't like it, it would like send it back down to the bottom. You could try again. But then, like on the bridge, it would just knock it off the. It would not the bridge one. There's another one where it would just eat your Zoombini. That'd be it. Like you got with the Vlargs or the in the tree, the little bad Zoombinis. They would chase your Zoombini away, and that'd be like, that Zoombini's gone now. You don't get him.
That's
Oh,
if,
those guys,
because there's the one fork in the road, right? And you can either go and do
think
the
there are-
cliff puzzle, or you can go do the forest puzzles.
There are 2 like Zoombini checks, so you have to have 16
Campsites, yeah.
Yes.
16 Zoombinis to continue on.
Yeah.
And good goddamn, it made me so mad every time a Zoombini was killed that I was like,
Because you have to go back
gotta
to
go
the
back
beginning
now
and get a whole new batch of Zoombinis.
Yep.
Yeah, but they just stack up, and then you can take them from there on. I mean,
Did you ever play this with your kids?
no,
you try it
no.
with Eli
I don't
and
think Eli's quite ready for it. Maybe another year or two.
Yeah, it's a great game for kids, for sure.
Unless he becomes literally Hitler.
I mean, I'm hoping no.
Look, to be fair,
Sometimes-
with what he said to Lori this past week, he could be a baby Hitler.
Sometimes he gets timeout still, but usually he's a pretty good kid. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that he's not down the Hitler path already.
see,
at
Ryan,
4.
Baby Hitler.
Does he like painting?
Painter.
No, well, yeah, but he's 4. Every
To be fair,
4-year-old
there's
likes
a lot
to paint.
We've been talking a lot this week about games and discrimination. The Witness is a very discriminatory game, and now we have Zoombinis.
Yeah. Well,
We need an
What is the
inclusive
Witness
game.
discriminatory
Well, because you have
against,
to
like,
like
stupid
block off the
people, or-
white and the black
Oh,
blocks
right.
from each other.
That
It's
was
very
segregation, yeah.
So we need like an inclusive game, I think, for the next game we pick.
yeah. Well, let's see. What are some other educational games that were? What did they teach you? I remember there's Number Munchers,
Yeah.
Well, this one actually reminded me
was-
a lot of. Do you remember the Island of
Secret Island of Dr.
Brain?
Quandary.
No.
Oh my God! Wait,
Dr.
that's
Brain.
what.
There was Castle of Dr.
What?
Brain and,
Wait,
and
wait,
Island
That's
of
what
Dr.
he
Brain.
was talking about.
Wait, Dr.
Where did
Brain.
he
That's
go?
the school one.
Who? What?
He's in the kitchen. Intern for the no. Justin is our intern.
No, wait. Is this the one where you're at the school
I'm
at night and you've
coughing.
got a sleuth hat and you have to
No.
solve the?
But Justin was talking about an island of Dr. Brain.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's basically the Castle of Dr. Brain was the first one, and you go into this scientist castle, and it's a series of tests ostensibly to test you to see if you're good enough to be his apprentice.
Okay.
But it had a lot of it's several of the same tropes of puzzle. Like there's the robot heads where one tells the truth, one always lies, and one is like 50-50.
Oh, you're in the
I thank Labyrinth for that every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
In
and
the labyrinth.
a bunch of different little puzzles. So this game, and even the graphics kind of are of the same genre of that game. That was more akin to like the Sierra titles, though, where you occasionally pick things up and you get keys and codes and things like
Yeah, that reminds me of more recently, like Pajama Sam, those adventures. Pajama Sam and like the Freddy Fish. They were way after all of our times, but I had younger siblings, so they played them. They're really fun little like logic-y games. Edutainment, if you will.
Yeah, people. I've used edutainment before, and people go, "What the word you just say?
Yeah.
What the what?" And it's like, yeah, it's edutainment.
I can't learn anything from anything fun.
My
exactly.
edutainment game when I was little was The Secret Island of Dr. Quandary. I think it was a DOS game, and it's actually, thinking back, it was kind of creepy because I think something happens, you get turned into like a living doll.
Ew.
And you have to solve all these puzzles to try to get out of it. And it's a lot of it's basic stuff that you see in other puzzle games. You'd see like this sort of same learning where it's take all of these pieces and assemble them into this shape. And so on and so forth. Like all that kind of stuff. So it's along similar lines. I'm not sure if it taught me to discriminate.
Fair enough. Well, I think we've covered it. How much was it on Steam?
It's
$10
$10 on Steam, which I'm going to just say is too much.
Too much.
Too much.
I think too much for anyone our age, not too much for a kid.
Too much for a kid.
Okay, maybe.
Interesting.
Too much for a kid.
If
I'd
I
say
had a
like
kid-
like $5.
Alright.
I'd be like all over it. But the game is an hour long,
For
and even
us.
It's not
Game is an hour
necessarily
long for us. For a child, it is certainly not an hour long.
really,
Yeah, definitely not an hour long.
I mean,
game
as
for a
you
kid.
start
I'm not
turning
going
up
to say
the
it's a
skill level,
10-hour
it takes
long
longer.
game for a kid,
might-
but I'm going to say
maybe I'll see if I can trick
2
Teddy
hours.
into playing it and see how long it takes him
yeah.
to either
It's a science
finish it or
experiment.
give up. Yeah.
Wait, there's Justin. Justin, what was the game you were talking about? It was like a doctor. What is it? Dr. Brain?
The Lost Mind of Dr. Brain.
The Lost Mind
I've
of
never
Dr.
heard of that
Brain.
one.
Oh, you have a new Dr. Brain
Maybe
game
there's
to
a third
play.
one.
Ryan also played the Dr. Brain games.
Well, there was the castle and there was the island.
Yeah, well, guess what? Now there's a Lost Brain.
Oh,
So
Lost brain.
maybe I'll find it.
step up your game. All right, well,
Let's find our next game.
Yeah.
Speaking of finding things. Da 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 da.
I'd get up and do it, but this couch ate me.
I got it.
Ashley's got her active wear on today. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
I was trying to really mix it up.
Man, you did.
Damn.
Okay, here we go.
I half expect Patrick to angrily come out and be like, I fucking paid good money for that. Slam it on the
Okay.
Oh, no, Ash, why?
Oh! It's all right, we only lost one.
I have this one.
What is it?
Yay.
Bum, ba-da-da. From Ashley. Life is strange.
Oh, good. All the
Well, that's a good
episodes are
one.
out.
Isn't there's 5 episodes of that?
Yes,
Okay.
they're all finished now, so we can play through the whole thing.
So
Oh,
all the
all right.
episodes are out now.
It's on Xbox and
It's-
Steam, I think, right?
No, I thought it was a PS4. I thought it was a PS4 title.
I'm pretty sure I have it on Xbox.
Really? Google that shit, because I
I'll
want to know.
Google the shit out of it.
Do you know, Justin, off the top of your head? Okay, good. You just raised your hand. I
Life
didn't know.
is
Strange.
strange.
I thought that was like it's on everything.
I knew it.
Well, I knew it was, you left out PS4
10
there.
of 10 on Steam, 4 out of 5 on Metacritic.
And Gus was a big fan of this game as well, I believe. So
Yes.
this
It
should
is
be a
on
fun one to
everything.
play. We'll play, and we will discuss it the first week of March.
Yes.
All
so
right.
Join us again for that.
Thanks.
Hey.
Zoom by.
Yeah, I feel very relaxed walking around. It's a nice contrast to doing the puzzles and getting super frustrated with them and just wanting to punch the screen. The island itself is gorgeous. It's the graphics
Very
in a way
zen.
are very simplistic and kind of stylized and hyper colorful, and the bloom, I'm pretty sure the bloom is turned all the way up. But it works for me.